What is going on, you guys? We have huge news today. X-Wing 2.0 has published their basically all the point costs and upgrade slots available for all these ships that are going to be available at launch. This is a big deal because all this stuff was going to be within the app. Now you can get a PDF of it on ffg.com. Very cool. Very cool. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take a run through it with you guys. We're gonna talk about, I think, why this is being done. Yeah, let's take a look. Now, a big thing is the app isn't gonna be available until September 13th. So up until that point, if you wanted to make a list, you would have had to guess, right? Because you have these quick build cards. The quick build cards are, you know, I don't know. They're good enough to get you start playing, and that's probably what I'll do for maybe my first couple of games. But if you want to actually build your own list, you're gonna have to, you know, just do a lot of guesswork. So now they published some of these. You know, they have these different PDFs. Let's take a look at the Rebel PDF. We're gonna kind of run through it here. I've taken a look at this one. I haven't looked at the other ones yet, so I'm gonna kind of go through those live with you. But I've looked through this one a little bit. So first thing I noticed was that the B-Wings have 2 cannons, which is really cool. That makes me excited. There's very few Force pilots that have the Force option, which, again, I think this was pretty much, you know, you expected that. There's not that many. You've got basically Ezra, Luke, and Kanan. And I think that's about it. Most of the other ones have EPTs, or talents, rather, or nothing, right? But the point costs here, now, granted, you have to think about it. Before you look at these point costs, a lot of them have been adjusted. Point costs have doubled pretty much across the board because the game is a 200-point game now that allows them to fine-tune some of these point costs a little bit more. But overall, like, B-Wings get a little bit of a point reduction. A lot of these ships get a slight point reduction. And then you're also able to see things like with the ARC 170, you have the gunner slot in here. So that's the new, you know, the new, would have been a crew. Now it's more of a particular type of crew. So in some cases, it's like it'll feel like you get an extra crew. In some cases, it might feel like your crew got changed. So that's interesting. Now, if you look at like the Y-Wing, Y-Wings have a gunner slot now. And it's a way for Y-Wings to have that gun, because everybody had been saying for a long time, Y-Wings need to have a gunner, but they didn't want to just give them a crew, because then you could do all these weird things, like put C-3PO in a Y-Wing, and that doesn't really feel all that, you know, thematic. So, you know, that is certainly there. So that's pretty cool. Y-Wings get that gunner slot. I'm very happy to see that. It's nice that all this is here. Now, all of this is subject to change. Before we go on any further, too, I want to just let you guys know there is a new giveaway starting right now. All you have to do is become a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos, and you can win a, we're going with something slightly different. It's going to be for a Han Solo Blu-ray. It's for Solo A Star Wars Story Blu-ray in the form of an Amazon gift card. So, yeah, you can win that, and I'll let that run for a little bit. Probably pick a winner after Gen Con. So, you know, stay subbed, and, you know, hopefully you win. All right, but let's see. We've got our K-Wing. We're down to only 3 pilots there. We've got double missile, double bomb. We've got our crew. We got a torpedo. Core and Horn, you know, up to 74 points. So you're looking at, you know, pretty high point costs. But remember, this is all doubled. HWK, interesting. It looks like a second modification slot is available for the HWKs, at least at launch. They may change this at some point. But that is going to be something very interesting. Now, if you'll notice, HWK does not have the turret available right off the bat. But don't forget, now, the other things are going to be, I believe they have the primary weapon turret, that the single arc turret that can just move around, so they don't need the turret upgrade as much. A lot of improvement to the HWK. I think it's going to win most improved ship for 2018. Definitely. I like that second modification slot. We lost a couple of A-Wing pilots, as you probably already know, but our points kind of went down on A-Wings a little bit across the board. It's almost as if they have that Chadran refit permanently equipped, but also still gain the use of their missile slot, which is kind of cool. The Sheathipeds, you've got Fen Rao up at 52 points in that Sheathipede. A little expensive, but not too bad. Ezra with the Force slot again, and Luke with the Force over there. A lot of T-65 pilots right off the bat. Very cool, and everybody does have astromech. You kind of have to scan. I've looked at this briefly, but the cool thing is some of your X-Wings now have illicit. Not all of them, right? So your T-65s have illicit. Not, you know, they used to make this joke about how Sabine was in everything. Sabine's this, Sabine's that. It looks like Ezra is flying just about everything. Ezra is like the most popular pilot in the game right now. He's all over the place. So, but it's kind of cool to see that your Saws X-Wings have the illicit. Same thing I think goes for the U-Wing. Saws U-Wings have illicit here, but the regular Bodhi Rook doesn't. You know, so that's something different. Our VCX is up to 90 points with Kanan. That's pretty expensive. Han Solo's up to 92, but a Dash Rendar takes the cake with a 100. This is a significant point increase from where Dash Rendar was, considering some of the boosts that, you know, apparently the YT-2400 must have performed really well, you know, in testing. It must be like, this needs to be half your list right here, apparently. And that's before upgrades, you know. So, yeah, you can put your gunner on there and your crew. Falcon is getting 2 crew and a gunner, so it's almost like, you know, you're going to have a lot more crew options, you know, that's for sure. Z95s down here with their regular stuff. They're still pretty cheap. Actually, kind of at 23, I think this is the cheapest, because that's like, they were 12, right? And now they're like 11 and a half. 23 is definitely the cheapest. We'll have to see where the TIE Fighters come in at. And we got all our different upgrade costs as well here. Some of these are going to be kind of expensive for upgrades. Ezra is an upgrade too, because of course he's everywhere. As a gunner, 18 points. Outrider title, 14. As if 100-point Dash Rendar wasn't already expensive enough. Let's put the 14-point Outrider title. 18-point, 30-point Luke Skywalker gunner. See, remember all that drama about Luke Skywalker? He takes away all of the guesswork in turrets. Well, yeah, but you're going to pay 30 flippin' points for him for that one upgrade. So when you're able to fly better and you don't need Luke as much, you're going to be rewarded tremendously by being able to save 30 freaking points off of your list. Very cool. Let's take a look at Galactic Empire. Let's take a look. Boom! All right, I haven't looked at these yet. All right. Your gunboats are going to be right at the beginning. First one that doesn't, you know, first one that doesn't start with tie. All right. So we've got a little bit of everything. I don't know if they've changed too much. I imagine a lot of the stuff that came out more recently won't have changed all that much, and certainly that's the way it appears from the previews that we've already gotten. Our Lambdas, we've got our 2 crew, we've got our cannon. It looks about the same. Okay. Now our TIE Advanced. Oh, look at that. We have generic force. Yes, I think we knew that already. But says pretty cool. We got, you know, it's nice to see all the different forces there. I think all of this is stuff we knew. It's just seeing it this way is illuminating, because when information is presented to you in a different way, I think it's pretty cool. All right, so and I think this will go a long way towards making the TIE Advanced a ship that kind of stands out a little bit from the crowd. I never really liked the TIE Advanced V1. I like the regular TIE Advanced, but I didn't like, and I like that it's a V1 instead of an X1. It's just good, makes sense. You know, that was my whole problem with the Inquisitor's TIE. It was like, it's a TIE Advanced prototype, but it's not a TIE Advanced. I'm like, come on, guys. Vader is only at 70 points, which is still expensive. Let's see, let's compare this. What did Vader cost before? Because he was 29, so that would have been, you know, if he was 30, that would have made him 60, so he should have been like 58. So 70 points, significant increase to Vader, but I think the buffs that the TIE Advanced got kind of help that. I don't know, though. I don't know if this Vader's better. It might just be his relative balance to everybody else, too, because he's kind of expensive there. Soontir Fel, 52. Not bad for an ace. Not bad. I think the thing is the TIE Interceptors are still going to be able to be killed kind of easily. And they do have double modification as well, so they have that upgrade kind of built in, which is nice. You don't have to worry about that title. It's already built in. Very cool. Reaper, I don't think Reaper will have changed much. Lieutenant Kesp. Although now, if you've got your Wave 14 stuff, you can actually do a full list. So maybe that is in order. maybe we can do a little bit of Wave 14 battle reports before Gen Con, since we have all of the point costs and everything. That's an idea. That's an idea. So we have Thai CA. Oh, is this the? Yeah, that's the whatchamacallit, the Punisher. Okay. Dude, we had double bombs, gunner slot there, so that's cool. Thai Defender. Yeah, no real surprises this way. Let's see. The point costs are very high though. The Defender should be expensive though. That's why it was Thrawn's pet project. All right, Howl Runner and Iden Versio both at 40 points. Ties are okay, and again you have a 23 points. So 23 points is the minimum that we've seen so far. Perhaps we'll stay that way. You've got your a couple of EPTs in there. All right, Wampa no EPT. All right, your Phantoms. Phantoms seem largely unchanged. Now their points are a little bit low, which is kind of interesting. Your TIE Phantoms before were 25, so 50 points. Yeah, they've gone down a pretty good amount because you're losing. All right, so you can swarm Phantoms a little bit easier now. You can swarm Phantoms including both named pilots and still swarm Phantoms. We'll still run 4 Phantoms and have both names instead of having to run 4 generics. That might be fun. I think that will require 2 conversion kits, however. So I don't know if I'll want to do that. I plan on only getting 1 conversion kit of each type, just because I don't want to overload. There's so many ships in this game, and that was a problem I ran into, is I just had so much stuff. And I'm like, I'm never flying all of this stuff. I'm not running 7 TIE Advanced at a time. I don't need all of that stuff. Your TIE Bomber has back... Oh, see, the Bomber's got 2 bomb upgrades again. Again, that's so good. So you did lose a torpedo, though. Did lose a torpedo slot. You got a gunner slot on there, too, which I'm very, very happy with. Very cool. Very cool. And they're not too expensive either. Look at that. 36 points for the top. Not too bad. Again, but bombers were always kind of cheap. And then your Striker and your Decimator. Decimators are a little expensive, but not too crazy. Still got your 2 crew. All right. Your Striker. Striker got a bomb. I don't think the Striker had a bomb before. I really don't think it had a bomb. So, and a gunner. So TIE Striker really got some improvements. What about now? Their cost seems about the same. 17. So your generic is about the same. Duchess was 23, so that would make her 46. So she got a now, but some of them went up. Countdown and Pure Sabak is about the same, but Countdown went up in price. So, oh, interesting. All right, well, let's take a look. We got one more to look at before I let you go, and I'm sure people are going to be pouring all over this. Oh, we have 2 more. Wait, hold on. Let me open that in a separate one. There we go. There we go. All right, we've got IG. All right, all the IGs are the same, 70 points, about what we expected. And they were 36, so they've got a slight reduction. You still can't run 3 of them in one list, though, so you're okay. Don't worry, they're not totally breaking everything. Your Y-Wings, still kind of cheap. We still have bomb. We have illicit. Y-Wings are a little different. Okay. 1300s. Now you're... Wow, big cost drop. I mean, Lando's Falcon compared to the newer Millennium, or the original Millennium Falcon. 54 points. I think Han was like 80 something on the other one. So let's see. Let's. Oh, we can compare right here. Let's go. Blah blah blah. Modify 92 down to 54, and it's a pretty. I mean, granted, it's going to take a couple of the upgrades to make it really good, but Lando at 49, kind of cheap to run that. That's going to be. I think that's. Well, if you put the escape craft on though, then that kind of makes up some of the difference. Okay. All right, fair enough. Fang, Finrao, 68 points. Wow, that's kind of expensive for a 4-hull ship, but it's a really strong ship, so I like that. I like that. I'm going to definitely be running Fangs. Most excited about the Fangs out of Scum. Fire Spray Patrol Craft. All right, we've got Boba, Iman, Kaf, Koshka, Crassus, and Bounty Hunter. A lot of pilots out of there. You're not going to see a whole lot of Force pilots here. I think Asajj may be the only one. All right, we've got G1A. What does the G1A gain? Illicit, modification, title, crew. I don't think the G1A gained anything. Well, I mean, its dial has changed a little bit, so we'll see. Pablo Hidalgo, again with HWK with the 2 mods. Nice. Whoa, Kirax with 3 mods. Okay, yes, of course. All right, yeah, that makes sense because they had the title for that, so that's built in. We'll have to see how, but they're not getting the point cost reduction there right off the bat, but maybe it was applied to the ship. Let's pull up, I have a different window up here. I'm just pulling up the Kiraxes. So your generic was 20, it's still 40. Talonbane was 28. So Talonbane got a point cost reduction because he would have been 56. So he got through 3, you know, effectively like a 3-point or 6-point reduction, which is kind of, you can figure, all right, you know, for the modification slots. Okay, fair enough. Asajj at 84. I'm glad she's a little on the expensive side because I don't like Lancers and I don't like going up against Asajj. Not for any reason in particular other than the fact that it's just done so much. It was played to death, and I just got tired of just playing against Asajj every single game. Got really sick of it. You know, and I think that was one of the things that I'm most excited about with X-Wing 2.0 is actually to face for every ship to be viable again. That's just exciting to me. The Kimogila. I know it's probably pronounced Kimogila, but I really like saying Kimogila. We lost a pilot, and that was a kind of a recent ship, which is surprising. All right, let's see. M3A. We've got our M3As. A lot of M3As. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 M3A interceptors. Are 6, and they are cheap, but they're not as cheap as a TIE Fighter. They're on the 29, so it's still pretty cheap for your generic. Sonny Bounder got actually a little bit of an increase. I guess, well, M3A's got buffed up a little bit too. So, Quadrajet transfer space to, oh, this is your Zuvio, your Unkar Plot, your quad jumper. Okay, I hadn't seen it written in that particular naming convention before, so I'm like, what the heck is this? So you've got your tech. So, and this one really brings out the interesting question is Scum going to be all timelines now? Does this mean any sequel stuff we see, any future Scum ships are going to be placed into this faction? And if so, if they do Clone Wars factions, are the old Scum ships going to be in this faction as well? I think your Scum bounty hunters from the Clone Wars era should end up in the CIS faction because they were working for them. I think like your Jango Fett should be CIS and not Scum because that's how you see him. I'm okay if they want to maybe do a version, like maybe like a special title that says he's working on his own and now he can go in Scum. Maybe there's a point cost increase to do that. I don't know. But I think he kind of belongs in with the CIS. Skurg, H6 bomber. We've got our Nim, our Skurgs. All right. Well, about this, you know, not too. You do have the turret still on there. Okay. Star Viper. Okay, we've got Guri and Zizor. Guri is now the top costed Star Viper. Pretty cool. She's, well, people always flew her more than Zizor anyway, so that makes the most sense. She always had the best ability. I did run Zizor a couple of times, but it was only because I could VI him up to PS9, so it made him better that way. And our YV666, our Houndstooth with our 3 crew slots, the 3 crew slots are still there. Z95s, about what we expect to have the illicit. And then we've got our upgrades down here. Did I skip over the upgrades for the Empire? I might have Jabba's there, still there with the 2 crew. Takes up. We have Gunner. I did skip over the Imperial upgrades. Palpatine still takes up 2 crew. Death Troopers still take up 2 crew. And these are only for the class-specific upgrades. 5th Brother costs 12. Palpatine 13. That's not bad. What's the most expensive? Maul. It's 13. We saw Maul already. I'm looking at Scum. All right. These are all of our costs, and we have one more, and that's going to be our generic upgrade points. Let's look up the generic upgrades. Really, now we kind of already know most of these. Bomblet generator is taking up 2. There's nothing super crazy. Not a whole lot of force powers. You know, I got a generic at least. Yeah, and how many dark side force powers are there that are specific? I'm gonna go back to that. This is Galactic Empire upgrade. There are no, they're not. Oh, maybe they're all right. So they're not faction restricted. They're probably just labeled dark side, if there are any. Because I'm thinking about Maul and what he can allow you to take if you put him with Ezra. All right, so hull upgrade 2357. What is this? Why is there an asterisk on hull upgrade and shield upgrade and stealth device? Is this because the size of the ship? See variable point cost at end of document. Well, let's jump straight there. Expert handling. Agility value. Oh, based on your agility value. So the higher your agility, the more defensive upgrade. That is kind of cool. Now, this is all subject to change. They posted this is just here to get you started playing. This is kind of, you know, the meta, and you know, whatever wins Worlds will end up getting a point increase or something like that, cost increase. That's kind of cool. So you'll want to print, if you're going to Gen Con, you will want to print these out and bring them with you so you can try to come up with some of your own lists. That is my guess, at least. Very, very cool stuff. Let me know what you think, guys. Don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. We are going to be talking a lot more about X-Wing, especially next week, because we'll be at Gen Con. I'll be at Gen Con. And come find me over at the FFG booth. I should be demoing Legion, so come on over and we'll maybe, you know, say hi and stuff, and we'll have a good time. So hopefully there'll be some great news coming out of Gen Con next week. I'm really excited. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell for alerts so you don't want to miss out when new stuff comes out. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.